Welcome to the Halley Elise Show, featuring your host, empowerment psychic Halley Elise. She is an author, psychic, and media personality, and has been listed as one of the top 100 psychics in America. Empowerment psychic Halley Elise shares the spiritual, metaphysical, holistic, and magical powers of the universe. Follow Halley on her website at HalleyElise.com, and all her shows can be seen via live stream video. Now, here's your host, empowerment psychic Halley Elise.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks once again for tuning in to the Halley Elise Show. As always, I am excited and delighted to introduce you to my guest this evening, but that's going to wait just 1 minute, because you know that I tend to share information if I find somebody that's really good with customer service or really bad, or if there's been an experience, because I think we have to look out for each other. So I'm going to take an opportunity for 2 seconds and share. The Hard Rock. I was introduced to that idea of going to the Hard Rock and the music and all the instruments and the great food when I was a kid by a relative. This morning I had to run over to the Hard Rock in Hollywood off of Sterling Road and 441 to get a gift certificate for a family member who wanted to purchase something for a gentleman. The long and the short of it is, we had a conversation with their customer service department yesterday, asked them specific questions about what we needed. They said, oh, yes, absolutely, come. We asked about prepaying. They said, no, not necessary. Just come. Not a problem. You can come over 24 hours a day. Everything's copacetic. So I go over there today to get what I need, and they say, oh, we've run out. I said, wait. Drove from Boca to Hollywood. This is not around the corner. We had a conversation. You said everything was good. And it was, oh, well, let me see what we have. So they come out with something that's comparable, not identical, but comparable. Now, if you're giving a gift to someone and it's from the heart and you have something specific in mind, the last thing you want to do is give them something different. So I explained to the woman, this is really not what I wanted. It's not for me personally. It's for someone else. May I see the manager? I asked for the manager. She comes out. No identifying, we'll say, tag or symbol or anything that illustrates that she even works for Hard Rock. She came out in a little scoop neck, cap sleeve shirt. So perhaps her jacket was in the back room. I don't know. She didn't say, hi, my name is, I'm the manager. May I help you? She was less than cordial. And I'm sharing this because it just threw me back in the sense that this is a big company. You want to deal with people in a nice way. Long and the short of it is, I said to the woman, this is what took place. You know, I own and operate my own business for over 20 years. I granted it's a smaller business, but customer service is important. Well, we have what you want. You just don't want it. I was like, wow. All right, then, fine. I went ahead and left, but I thought, you know, that's not it. So I'm going to go ahead and share. So that's what I'm doing. The point being, customer service is important. And she could have simply come out and said, I'm sorry for your inconvenience. And that would have sufficed. Most organizations or businesses would have said, does your family member like to gamble? Let us give you $10 as a gift. Something to say, we're sorry for the inconvenience. We're sorry for being uneducated with our staff. I actually heard, oh, well, our staff doesn't know if we run out. And I'm thinking, well, then who's supposed to know? Conversely, I had to go to Publix thereafter in the same general vicinity off of Griffin Road and 441 just east. And the people were a pleasure. I mean, truly. From the moment I stepped out of the car, the young lady said, hi, how are you? Do you need a basket? Big smile. I walk in the door, somebody greets me, another big smile. I go down an aisle, there's a gentleman standing there, may I help you with something? I mean, the experience was such an absolute pleasure. And it's a tiny little Publix. You would think perhaps that a smaller store wouldn't be as, I'll say, aware of customer service, that a larger location would have better training. But no, just the opposite. So I just wanted to share, you know, if you go to Hard Rock, consider that there are lots of different casinos down here, and perhaps they're all owned by the same organization or the same corporation, but each of their stores or each of their locations has to focus on their dollars. And that's what ends up counting for them. So why not go somewhere where it's going to be more joyful? Just something to consider. Okay, so without further ado, I got my 2 cents in. My lovely friend, Lynn Migdal, Dr. Lynn Migdal, is here this evening, and we're going to talk about her business and her book that's out and the other book that's coming out and why it's so important to look up. So, Lynn, thank you so much for being here this evening.
I'm honored to spend the time with you.
This is going to be fun.
Good.
Okay, so because some people know you and some don't, let's share a little bit about you are a chiropractor, but you're not just the standard chiropractor. You do chiropractic chi. Did I say that correctly?
Well,
Or
actually,
wait a minute. I'm trying to remember the term.
I am the real chiropractor.
Well,
it's
I know
that
you're
most
real.
people don't understand that the chi, the first three letters of chiropractic, is chi.
That's true.
So we are central nervous system chi doctors who check the flow of your central nervous system energy running down. That is true chiropractic. I'm just bringing out the chi that's already there that people are just unaware of. So I'm speaking about chiropractic differently to
That's
open
it.
people up to what it really is.
Right. So when you do something with somebody, it's not just about snap, crackle, pop. My chiropractor friends are going to shoot me here.
Yeah, I think they will.
I'm going to get it from Lynn when I walk out the door, too. But I'm just
it's
teasing.
unfortunately, all this snap, crackle, pop stuff has given chiropractic a bad name.
Right.
And if you look at my fingers right now and I snap them or crack them or pop them, they're in exactly the same place. So chiropractic tune-up and adjustment has nothing to do with whether there's a snap or a pop. More than 50% or people do not have to get twisted in order to have their central nervous system cleared by a chiropractor. So there's so many techniques that have nothing to do with twisting. And unfortunately, people are scared of that, and they have stayed away from one of the best things they could be doing for themselves.
Okay, so if, for instance, somebody comes in and says, I'd love to use chiropractic care, but I'm not too sure about this. I've heard bad things about people walking out, their neck hurting, whatever. How would you address that with someone?
I wouldn't attempt to twist their neck on that
That's a good
day. They actually ask me that in a couple of weeks, when they get to know me. But I don't believe in scaring anybody, forcing anything. I don't play tug of war. We do what the body wants. Chiropractors have the nervous system on our side, and if given a gentle pathway, the nervous system chooses a proper pathway of flow. And I'm a Reiki master, which gave me the ability to not have to touch very strongly to make a difference in the energy field. Actually, the way we adjust children and the way we adjust babies and older people is the same. People get different adjustments depending on their personality, their condition, the type of bones they have. So it's really different for everyone. What I like to do is teach people why the nervous system is sick. So I'm really about how can you help yourself? What chemically, emotionally, physically, and spiritually do you need to heal to have that nervous system go into holistic fitness?
Right.
Because that's what chiropractic does. When you get in upper cervical tune-up, you're clear, you holistically heal chemically, emotionally, physically. But then our thoughts, our diet, our posture,
Right, everything
our lack
affects.
of flow and breathing then pinches the nervous system. And chiropractors don't have crazy glue. So how does it stay? So it's really up to the patient to learn what they're doing and to actually practice spinal hygiene a couple times a day.
Oh, I like that. Spinal hygiene. That's very cool.
Well, 100 years ago, the dentist came into the school system and we are all doing prevention and wellness on these bones. But you can't really brush your spine. I mean, what are you going to do in the morning?
I see. I could take that to a different direction. If you have somebody in the room with you, your spine could maybe
brush the
spine.
But as far as hygiene is concerned, because it's deep inside of you, we have to look inside. Spinal hygiene is about looking at your diet, your thoughts around the food, your thoughts during the day, your emotions. Who do you need to forgive? And really, what are you doing to your nervous system on a daily basis? So it's also neurological hygiene. How do you take care of a nervous system and spine when you're not covering it up with drugs and making believe, that what's there is not there by using medicine? So
See, this is what I like about, we'll say, holistic practices. The fact that if you're a chiropractor, if you are a integrative medicine practitioner, if you deal with acupuncture, any of these things, energy working, they all address the fact that we are a whole person, that you just don't like you said, just crack something and have it stay. It doesn't work that way. You have so many other components that are very important. So even if you go to a chiropractor and you say, okay, fix me up, and you walk out the door and you feel great, and then you go and overeat and you don't sleep for the next 3 days, and then you move furniture, you may not still feel good.
Right.
There is that component of addressing everything. You actually wrote a book for women to help women as far as whole health. You want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a very small book
It's still a
because
book, and
healing
it's got
is very
great info.
simple. We're simple folks, chiropractic, because we just want people to take care of their nervous system. Since the nervous system runs every cell, organ, and system in the body, why not go right to the source?
Right.
And if women learn how to detox the nervous system and their body and get things in place, then they really don't need to take extra hormones or have any problems with pre or post menstrual cycle or menopausal symptoms. I never took any medicine for anything female. I've done everything naturally, including home births. And if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Right.
So it's just the thought that women has to take drugs, or be miserable half of the month. So this is just a small natural healing guidebook so that women can learn the chemical, emotional, and physical solutions for the nervous system to become holistically fit.
Now, if somebody wants to get the book, because you have 2 superb websites, you have your Looking Up site, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and then you have the other, which is Dr. Migdal. Is it wait, I'm trying to remember, because I remember
It's a hard name. Migdal. It's either MigdalChiropractic.com or
That's the one.
or Dr. Lynn Migdal.com.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Dr. Lynn, and I'm thinking, no, but I think the chiropractic one might be the easier one to share.
MigdalChiropractic.com
Okay.
or even ChiroChi.com will take you to the woman's book.
So you're like me. You've got 10 different places that you can start from. So sometimes it can be a little bit confusing.
You see, and with the word holistic, when people say, "Oh, you're a holistic chiropractor," it's kind of redundant. And unless people know what true chiropractic is, which is extremely holistic,
Right.
they don't understand what we're doing. They think that we're just working on a physical level, but by moving the physical bone off of the physical nerve, that nervous system heals chemically, emotionally, and physically.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. Anything that is impacted or has pressure on it or is constricted is not going to be as healthy. And you figure we're a whole person. And even if you just looked at the physical aspects of ourselves, if something is being hampered, it's not going to be able to function in the way that it should.
Right. And we understand this with any structure of any machine. And we take care of the car, we get the car aligned, we understand structure and function. But for some reason, for the body, it's kind of like in the back door.
Different mental space, I think.
And, it's the symptomatic approach to health that people are covering up their symptoms that has made our world a sick world.
Right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Dr. Lynn Migdal. Thank you.
Wow, this looks really great. Gosh, I've got to stop talking to myself. The Psychic Gallery on the first Monday of every month, 7:30 p.m., here in Boca Raton. De-stress, connect with intuitive abilities, laugh, learn about psychic phenomena, and get psychic messages? Psychic messages? Woo! Where's the price? Here it is, only $25 at the door? Awesome! How do I sign up? Oh, easy. Go to HalleyElise.com. Nice. $5 off online? Oh, I've got to call the girls and tell them about the Psychic Gallery on the first Monday of the month. Great time. 7:30 p.m. Perfect. Have to remember HalleyElise.com for the Psychic Gallery.
You're listening to Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise, and she invites you to visit her website for more information about all that she does at HalleyElise.com. Now, back to your host, Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise.
About 30. Hi, we're back on the air, and if you're just tuning in, I have the lovely Dr. Lynn Migdal with me, and we were talking about chiropractic, and we're going to give you a little example of what not to do, and then use that as a nice segue to go into looking up and understanding more about that and why it's so important. So I'm going to turn that over to you. You want me to give an example or a demonstration, I guess, a visual as to what's wrong, yes?
Well, what most people don't understand is that the bones of the neck, the way it is shaped so that there is flow coming down from the brain, is that it's concave in the back.
Right.
Okay, so that's the normal curvature
Unless you have
in the
military
spine.
neck.
So with technology, people are looking down most of the day and straightening out the normal curve in the neck. What the population is finding out is that it can affect your function because it pinches the nerves that go down while you're not flowing. Tonight, on this show, what I would like to present to everybody is that not only is there compression of the nervous system, and parents should stop children from doing this very horrible posture, very unhealthy posture, is that when we're having our head down and twisted, physically, we can't take a deep breath.
Right.
And unless you go through this and feel it, you won't change. Because people act like the phone is 500 pounds. I mean, they go to the gym and, we're all physically fit and we're running and we're pumping iron, but the phone, no.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, we're trying to set a new trend,
Right.
with that it's like not heavy. Like you pick your water bottle up, you brush your hair, you put makeup on, ladies. Your hand does go to your face. So
you can't actually lift, right?
The
To bring the
symmetrical
hands up.
hold of the phone to eye level would be keeping a curve in your neck, a normal curve in your neck. But looking down, and especially the one-sided check of the phone. So even we have the one-sided text, but we also have people checking their phone all day long.
True.
All day long to one side.
And I would think
And
it's
down.
like carrying a bag or something. You always lean towards
And
one
if
side.
and if you try to breathe in that area, so actually suffocating and have tons of nerve pressure on top of the regular stress that we already had. The Looking Up movement is a grassroots movement out of Delray where we just want to have fun and we want to make fun of this silly posture, get people to look up at life so they could change their attitude and to look up out of technology. Because this attitude problem, extra anxiety, extra anger, is also coming from the vagus nerve being pinched in the neck and throat area.
And didn't medical science recently come up with a specific term about that they're now treating children who have injuries or something having to do with the vagus nerve?
I'm going to try to be nice. I'm going to try to be really nice right now because I did see that on Facebook. Newsflash, scientists have uncovered
Right.
a nerve that runs everything. I went to school 40 years ago, and anatomy books show the vagus nerve.
It's been there.
Coming
Didn't
from the
just show
brain,
up.
going through the throat, just like the rest of the nervous system. And in chiropractic, we have 5.5, years in time span of anatomy.
Right.
And there's nothing new about it. The nervous system controls everything, and it's got to go through here. Having your head down like this and not breathing would be like the same as just if I kept on hitting my head and just saying, I don't care about my brain. I don't care about my brain. I don't care about the rest of my nervous system, and I don't even care about oxygen.
So we don't advise then somebody walking with their head down and walking off a railroad station onto the tracks or walking into the street, or children. I love it, even at the grocery store. They're on their phones. These are the kids that work at the store, and it's not the Publix that I mentioned earlier, by the way. They were very cool. But I'll go down an aisle, and somebody who's working, they're literally leaning over like this. And I can't imagine that would be comfortable all day. And again, as you said, leaning towards that one side. So how do you propose to get people to adapt to this movement, to understand it more?
Well, we have a rap song and video coming out soon for the teenagers because we're just trying to make a lot of noise and have a lot of fun because it has to go to Hollywood. It has to go to the mentors. It has to be the big people catching on to
Right.
this theme. So we've been singing and dancing and telling jokes. The website, lookingupthemovement.org or lookingupfoundation.org, what we wanted is for people to send in kind of like a chicken soup for the cell phone zone, but
Oh,
virtually, your funny stories, your quick funny videos, so that this could just explode virtually. We need young
a great
people
idea.
coming on board virtually so
Okay,
that
so-
it can be a virtual movement. Our toddlers are suffering. This is what made me come out
That's
for
sad.
this. Parents are bringing kids up with the phone, and they are copying their parents. The teenagers, they're going to wait till it's cool and maybe the rap song comes out.
Right.
But the little ones are just doing what the parents are doing. So young parents that are listening, you have to realize that your child is just repeating what you're doing. And if you have extremely poor posture, that child is growing up and copying the same thing.
Absolutely.
So they're growing up with brain stems that are not in the right place.
That's incredible.
And they might not have neck pain or headaches or numbness. This is not about that.
Right.
This is about stomach aches, low natural immunity, asthma, allergies. The nervous system goes everywhere. And the news is trying to bring it up that it can cause numbness in your hands or neck pain. And
Well, it
billions of people
can.
saw that.
It can, but there's more.
Because people don't have that, they're not changing.
Right.
So I don't have neck pain, I don't have to change. So we're very run by our symptoms, where half of the nervous system has no pain receptors. So
Interesting.
your heart can be functioning at 50%, you might not have any symptom. You could have cancer in your body right now with no symptom at all.
True.
So
Very true.
to just make changes and live your life on whether you have a symptom or not has nothing to do with whether you're holistically fit.
Okay.
Holistic fitness means that you're taking care of all of you and you're not leaving your spine and nervous
Right,
system
the
out.
whole person.
And it takes more than 3 hours of Pilates or yoga, because it's what you're doing to be a chi master, to master your chi and master your breath all day long. We need oxygen all day.
Kind of important.
You know, a healthy nervous system all day. So
when I
to
teach-
choose the breath when you're thinking of your posture, to choose the posture whenever you're thinking of your breath. So the sacrocranial movement, the flow of the spinal cord up and down the nervous system from the top to the bottom, when you breathe in, your chin should come off your throat. So you come out of technology, you remember, you breathe in. You pick up the phone, then you breathe out. We call it dancing with your phone because it's your new life partner.
I love it. That's awesome.
And you're going eye to eye with your partner. You know, are we going eye to eye, or is it an abusive relationship?
Or are you looking at their
Are you
belly
looking
button?
down at your partner?
Looking at their belly button.
Are you addicted? Is it codependent? You know, what's going on? And I'm just trying to get people to get their power back.
Okay, I want to get people involved with this. So let's once again say the website, which is lookingupfoundation.org. And they can, from that site, be able to turn in a video, share their stories, learn more about what's going on. Now, you also have a children's book that's coming out that I love the description on the back, how it's almost like a mystery and a health book and fun all at the same time. It really is. You know, when I read the back of the book, I thought, this is going to be so cool. So when is this available?
It's going to be out within a month.
Okay.
And it is an empowerment book for children and parents, because there are lessons in there for the parents, but it is a fantasy empowerment book where the information about the nervous system, the posture, the diet, the breath, these children learn to become powerful enough to heal the earth. So they're also peacekeepers, and the name is Wind-Kissed.
Yes.
Because they're blowing at the end of the book love and light into the air, into the wind outside, and that windstorm takes it and heals the whole earth of hate and war. And this is all through looking up and breathing and choosing good thoughts and good food.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, really, it's oversimplified, but I often tell clients and students when they come in, it doesn't have to be complicated. Even I started to say before, when people come for meditation or for stress management, it's all about the breath. It's about, you can't breathe fully if you're scrunched over. You can't allow a flow of oxygen, of energy, if you're all scrunched over. And it all works hand in hand. The idea that we have more mental acuity when we have fuller breath. The idea that if our immune systems are intact and everything is flowing smoothly, we are going to be not only higher functioning, but we're going to be happier. And the fact that you're sharing a little book that is going to be so much fun, seriously, it's going to be so much fun, that kids can not only learn from, but they can share with other children. And as you said, the parents are going to be involved. I think that's awesome. So if they go to your site,
It's
can
not
they
on here
pre-order?
yet.
When can they-
Wind-Kissed is
no
not.
pre-ordering? Come on.
Not yet. They're actually working again with the cover with me.
Really? Oh, no, I thought the last one was
we're in the
so
last
pretty.
production. No, it's just there's just some things
minor
that they're
things.
simplifying. Yeah, for the next month. So, Yeah, we don't have a pre-order button on there yet, but that's a good idea.
Okay, so can they maybe email you if they want some
Yeah,
more
if they want
information?
more information, they go on the
Yeah.
website. They could
Okay.
just sign up, for more information, or just email me, just strictly from the site.
Great.
As far as the breath is concerned, I've been doing breath work. I'd like to call it breath play, breath connection, cyclic, connective deep breath work with people for 34 years. And what's coming together in my life right now is that this area is what's getting compressed the most with technology, and it's exactly the breath therapy that I
lifts.
facilitate, which is to make sure that the lungs, which end way up here, get oxygenated. It's not just about dropping the diaphragm and the
Right.
belly coming up, but the lungs need to inflate fully. So it opens the heart chakra and the heart energy place and the throat energy place to do this breath work.
And you think about it, that is so important in every aspect of our life. You want to come from the heart. You want to be able to speak clearly. You want to be heard. We have just a moment. So if you had one thing that you really wanted to say to the people listening and watching that you know would inspire them or motivate them, what would that be?
Well, we all know that we need food, and something that we have to get conscious of is that we need oxygen. So the Looking Up movement is about breath as much as it is about posture. And our children are watching. So just because everyone else is doing it, it might not be the right thing. Actually, if you do opposite to what everyone else is doing, you probably will be healthy.
I think so.
And
Mom used to always
happy.
say to me, if everybody jumps off of a bridge, are you going to do that? I'm like, no, that's stupid.
I've
I don't
heard
want to do
that
that.
sentence.
Meanwhile, I jumped out of a plane. So, I don't necessarily go with the flow either.
Yeah. I'm actually doing a breath workshop at Project Mate in Delray Beach on the 30th, where people will be breathing.
Okay. Be sure to check out the website, and you can send Dr. Lynn a little note saying, hey, I want more about what's going on. She can also get scheduled with you for personalized sessions as well as facilitation. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Thanks so much for being here. This was fast. I mean, it just went by so quickly.
Thanks for having me here.
All right. Have a great night, folks, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Be enchanted and delighted. Connect each week here on WNN for the Halley Elise Show. Also on Facebook and at HalleyElise.com. Thanks for tuning in. The opinions expressed on the preceding